Very good morning, students. In today's lecture we are going to learn one another topic from organic section, and that is alcohols. Nowadays, in the battle against COVID-19 pandemic outbreak, one word is very familiar to all of us, and that is sanitizers. Isn't it? Of course, yes. So all of you are daily using it after certain hours. But do you know what is the main content of that sanitizer? Correct, it is alcohol. And the extent of alcohol in sanitizers vary from 60% to 95%. The famous sanitizer of Dettol contains about 72.4% of alcohol. So that's why in today's period we are going to study that alcohols in detail. So for that purpose I will skip my video and we will move towards our contents. So just a moment. So this is the topic with us, and that is alcohols. So we will learn some details of that alcohols now. We will start with some introductory section, and that is, as discussed now, alcohols are commonly used as sanitizers, varnishes, perfumes, very popular among youngsters, and alcoholic beverages. This part is also very popular regardless of age group, right? Okay, so chemically we will define that alcohols now. So this is in short the definition for alcohols, that alcohols are considered as hydroxyl derivatives of alkanes. So what it means, I will explain it. So since they are derivatives of alkanes, here basic compound is alkane. Basic compound is alkane, and from that alkane we have to remove one hydrogen atom, minus H, one hydrogen atom, and whatever the resulting compound will be the alcohol, and then we have to add one hydroxyl group in it. We have to attach one hydroxyl group in it, and then there is a formation of alcohol compound. So we will explain it now. So it can be denoted like this. Suppose this is alcohol with you, this is alkane with you. Now this is the general formula for alkane, where that R is alkyl group and H is the hydrogen atom. Now what happens in this alcohol, in this alkene, this hydrogen is removed. So see how it is removed, like this. So hydrogen is removed, and what happens, hydroxyl group is connected like this, and that the resulting compound, it becomes alcohol. So this is the alcohol, and here you look that how it gets prepared. It gets prepared by removal of one hydrogen atom from alkane by hydroxyl group, and that's why these alcohols are referred as hydroxyl derivatives of alkanes. I will repeat that step once. So see here, it is like this, hydroxyl derivatives of alkanes. So this is the alkane, hydrogen is removed, hydroxyl group is just replaced, and there is formation of corresponding alcohol. So you will find that this ROH, that is the general representation for alcohols, and the examples are methyl alcohol and ethyl alcohol. Very familiar examples for alcohols, that is methyl alcohol and ethyl alcohol. Now moving on the discussion, we will move towards the classification of alcohols now. So the classification of alcohols. Now you will find that these alcohols are classified depending on number of hydroxyl groups present. Means how much hydroxyl groups are there in an alcohol, that will be the base for the classification of alcohols. Now if we consider the first type for that, it is monohydric alcohols. So if we focus on the word monohydric, we can easily understand that. See here, mono means one and hydric means compound containing hydroxyl group. So mono is very important here. So the organic compounds or the alcohols which contains only one group, only one hydroxyl group, are called as monohydric alcohols. So again we will illustrate it with some examples. So suppose this is a methane, one of the example of alkane. Now I will remove one hydrogen atom, or I will initially split that methane, and that methane it can be written as like this, CH3-H, means one hydrogen I have splitted from that methane. And now what happens, as discussed in previous slide, now one of the hydrogen atom from that alkane, means from methane here, is removed and one hydroxyl group is connected to the remaining alkyl group. So what happens here, see, this hydrogen atom is removed and this hydroxyl group, it will connect like this to the alkyl group, and now that is our product, that is alcohol. And since this alcohol it contains only one hydroxyl group, it is example of monohydric alcohol. Some more examples for that we will consider, very familiar to us. So methyl alcohol or methanol and ethyl alcohol, that is ethanol, are the examples for monohydric alcohols. So if we focus on the examples, then you will find that both these compounds contains only one hydroxyl group. So here there is a presence of only one hydroxyl group, and again here there is a presence of only one hydroxyl group. Since both these compounds contains only one hydroxyl group, both are examples of monohydric alcohols. Now if we understand the monohydric alcohols, then remaining types are very parallel to the monohydric alcohols. Moving toward the second type is dihydric alcohols. So as we focus on the name, again see here, di means two and hydric means hydroxyl group, OH groups. So OH group. So the compounds which contains two hydroxyl group, or the alcohols which contains two hydroxyl group, are called as dihydric alcohols. So this is the definition for the dihydric alcohols, very parallel to as that of the monohydric alcohols. And now we will see example for that. So example for that is this one, ethylene glycol. So if we focus on the structure of that ethylene glycol, one can easily find two hydroxyl groups. So here the presence of one hydroxyl group and here the presence of another hydroxyl group. Since this group contains two hydroxyl group, this ethylene glycol is one of the example of dihydric alcohol. Or this ethylene glycol, it is also called as 1,2-ethane diol. That, of course, that is the IUPAC name for that ethylene glycol. Moving to the third type, it is trihydric alcohols, again exactly parallel. The alcohols which tri means three and hydric means hydroxyl group. So the alcohols containing three hydroxyl groups are referred as trihydric alcohols. So example for that trihydric alcohol is glycerol, and which is having its IUPAC name 1,2,3-propane triol. So if we focus on the structure, we can easily identify that the compound contains three hydroxyl groups, and since there is a presence of three hydroxyl group, that is one of the example of trihydric alcohols. And the last type or the last class of that alcohols, it is polyhydric alcohols. So poly means many. So poly, see the word here, poly means many, and hydric means hydroxyl group. So the alcohols which contains more than three hydroxyl group, that is the basic part, that is the important part. So any alcohol which contains more than 3 hydroxyl group is referred as example of polyhydric alcohol. So one example for that we will consider, and it is sorbitol. So if you focus on the structure, then you will find that this compound contains more than 3 hydroxyl groups. So see at the structure, here there is a presence of one hydroxyl group, here there is a presence of another hydroxyl group, these are the two hydroxyl group, but you will find that here there is a presence of 4 hydroxyl group. Right, actually it is CHOH taken 4 times, means that bracket is repeated for 4 times, and that's why there is a presence of 4 hydroxyl group. So in total that compound contains 4 plus 1 plus 1 means 6 hydroxyl group which are more than 3, and that's why this is the example of polyhydric alcohol. So as far as alcohols are concerned, these alcohols are basically classified as monohydric alcohols, dihydric alcohols, trihydric alcohols and polyhydric alcohols depending upon the number of hydroxyl groups present in that. So with that introductory section, we will finish here the classification of alcohols. Another type of classification we will learn in next video lecture. So thank you.